Healthcare in California may look a bit different with some new laws being implemented. Stay tuned for more up next.
Controversy sparks after recalls from this popular deli company. Find out more coming up.
Do you want to know about Prop 4? Find out on this week's Let's Talk Prop, coming up next.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Vincent Rapena.
And I'm Michelle Sanchez. Governor Gavin Newsom approved 7 new laws in September aiming to widen California access to medical services. What impact will this have on people and their families? Let's find out more.
Easier access to medical services in California has progressed further in the last month. Various new laws will be implemented, such as accessibility to fertility treatments, banning chemicals in tampons, implementing accessible prescription labels, and more. One of the laws aims to holding healthcare officials accountable, such as AB 2319, which will reduce racial and ethnic inequality in perinatal care.
Healthcare is such an important thing for, just people's lives. And I know not a lot of people have easy access to good healthcare.
According to the 2024 California Healthcare Foundation Health Policy Survey, 44% of Black Californians and 33% of Latinx Californians say the state has made only a little progress towards racial and ethnic health equity in the last 7 years. While 45% of Californians say the healthcare system regularly or occasionally treats people unfairly because of their race.
They have super helpful communities, and resource centers don't like to help them, and the government doesn't like to help them, and the hospitals in those areas are usually underfunded and understaffed.
One of the several bills was sponsored by the California Council of the Blind and supports Californians who identify as blind or having low vision. It requires pharmacy dispensers to provide accessible prescription medication labels.
I have an IVF baby myself, so I think it's just really critical to be able to expand that. I'm a queer person, so I can't get pregnant naturally. A lot of folks can't.
Despite any backlash, the California government continues to make effort towards improving the healthcare system for its citizens.
The laws are set to go into effect by June 2025 into the summer of 2030. You can go to www.leginfo.legislature.ca.gov to learn more about the new legislation online. In San Jose, I'm Isabella Alvarez, Update News.
SJSU is known by many to have a large commuter presence. A new gas pricing law may affect SJSU students at the gas pump. Reporter Sophie Cipriano has the story.
Many students drive to and from campus every day. The financial burden of rising gas prices can be a challenge. California recently passed a law aimed to alleviate gas price costs for consumers. California Governor Gavin Newsom passed a law this month that will affect gas price spikes for Californians. The law will require oil refineries to maintain a minimum inventory of fuel in their storage. Maintaining a minimum amount of fuel in storage is predicted to stop sudden shortages, which cause price spikes for consumers. Gas prices from the last 10 years have shown up to $1 increase in between years. These prices have effects on California consumers.
It's I see how much more it takes to fill up a tank than it used to before. So it's really hard, financially it's really hard.
The SJSU Associated Students Transportation Solutions Fall 2023 survey reports around 87% of students commute to SJSU. About 30% of those commuters drive alone to campus. Spikes in gas prices have an impact on our community. Many commuters feel the financial cost of price spikes. Commuter Samantha George says her car gas mileage combined with gas price spikes makes her commute to school expensive.
The way I get to school, because of that, I would say every 2 weeks I have to drop $70 on gas. So yeah, it's pretty pricey out there.
Governor Newsom says this law will ensure that Californians don't get overcharged at the gas pump by big oil companies. Some commuters at SJSU believe that the new law will be beneficial to them and others.
My brother commutes, I commute, so many kids at San Jose State commute, so I feel like this would be beneficial to, I want to say, a lot of the majority of San Jose State students.
How much does it cost to fill up your tank? Live in San Jose, I'm Sophie Cipriano, Update News.
A Listeria outbreak is popping up across the country, tying itself to Boar's Head deli meat. With the recount now growing nationwide, consumers' concerns are growing too. Reporter Tyler Flipson has the story.
59 hospitalizations and 10 deaths across 19 states, all due to Listeria linked to Boar's Head deli meat. Nearly 12 million pounds recalled from grocery stores just like this very Safeway all across the nation. Rightfully so, shoppers' concerns are only rising.
So I think, people need to be really careful, and the companies has to be really careful as well, because it's really dangerous for people, and it can shut down your whole company or the business as well.
This Listeria upsurge stems from a now shut down Boar's Head plant in Jarrett, Virginia. Before being shut down, the facility faced multiple sanitary violations. The facility has been linked to this deadly outbreak.
They have HACCP procedures in place that should be functioning. Boar's Head for sure will be changing their systems and making sure that their HACCP systems are in place and are working.
This is not this specific facility's or Boar's Head's first offense on the matter either.
They've gotten health code violations in the past. That's something that needs to be upheld on their end. They need to be up to code and make sure that their standards are very high.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture inspectors, mold, insects, and mildew were all found at the Jarrett facility in Virginia. An investigation has been launched by the USDA Inspector General to see if there's a legal course of action to take against Boar's Head for the wrongful deaths. Update News will be sure to keep you posted. In San Jose, Tyler Flipson, Update News.
San Jose State students are getting a new form of connection with student government. New town halls will give students an opportunity to speak their minds. I have more on the story. San Jose State students can soon have their voices heard by student government. SJSU associated students revealed a series of new events they are calling monthly town halls. The announcement was made via Instagram on Monday. AS President Ariana Laxon hopes that the event will close in students to the AS Board of Directors. Each board member already has dedicated office hours where students can discuss one-on-one. Laxon highlighted that many of these office hours occur during class times. One of the goals for the monthly town halls is to ensure that the board of directors are easily accessible for all students.
Just unifying the associated student government and our student body, because from the past years, especially after COVID, I feel like there was a huge disconnect.
Laxon believes the monthly town halls will not only help students feel closer with the board of directors, but the board itself will be more unified.
Different directors can hear the same things that students are saying and say, hey, like, I think that we can do this and this together to address this issue the student brought up.
Serving the students is one of the main objectives for AS. Many Spartans are happy that they are going to be able to voice their wants.
We're like majority of the school, and like we're like kind of how the school is run with the students, so it's definitely it's like our opinion.
Some students remain skeptical after hearing about the events.
I feel like it's a good idea, but I don't know if it will actually work and if any change will actually be made from it.
The first town hall will be held on October 30th in Student Union Meeting Room 2. The priority topics of discussion will be the CSU interim time, place, and manner policy, rising the cost of attendance, and how AS can advocate for students.
With the election right around the corner, it might be helpful to know what California propositions are coming to your ballot. This week, Gabriel Evans will break down Proposition 4. Let's find out more in this week's Let's Talk Prop.
Hello and good afternoon, Spartans. Welcome to Let's Talk Prop. This week, we'll be covering Proposition 4. Proposition 4 aims to authorize $10 billion in debt to spend on environmental and climate projects. $1.9 billion will be spent for drinking water improvements, along with an overall focus on lower-income communities. The bond would require annual audits. Repaying the funds could cost $400 million a year. This would amount to $16 million annually for taxpayers in recent years. Many environmental advocacy groups have been urging officials to implement increased spending on climate. This came about after California Governor Gavin Newsom and state legislator approved a $54.3 billion package named California Climate Commitment in 2022. The funds would be used for water improvements, drought and flood protection, river restorations, clean energy projects, and more. Proponents of Prop 4 maintain that due to the potential danger California faces from wildfires, water pollution, and extreme heat, there is an urgent need for spending on these areas. Opponents of the project argue that bonds are too expensive to pay for, and that California should pay for the expenses without taking on more debt. So, how will you vote? Thanks for joining me, and make sure to tune in for next week's Let's Talk Prop.
With election season upon us, affordable housing has been a controversial topic. Proposition 5 is one of the props that addresses this issue. Our reporter Madison Wilbur has more.
In the final stretch of this upcoming election, there's more to vote on than just a candidate. Amongst the many propositions within California, Proposition 5 will lower the amount of votes needed by the community to pass a bond, in essence a tax, in regards to affordable housing and infrastructure. The proposition will lower the amount of votes needed from 66% to 55%. For these San Jose State University students, they experienced housing insecurity throughout childhood.
I lived in apartments and in my grandma's house or with my cousins, and sometimes I'd have to spend time away from my parents.
It's very humbling just because, you know, toys and stuff like that are, you know, from a young age that they aren't really the most important expense. Putting food on the table and keeping a roof over the head is.
Those in favor of Prop 5 are aiming to shift the local spending priorities from the state government to the local level. They're doing this in hopes to give the community more power and tools to address local issues such as affordable housing and community-driven projects. Those against Prop 5 are worried about higher property taxes and an increase in bond debt. They say that the shift from the state level to the local government could heavily financially burden the community. Sandy Perry is the vice president of South Bay Community Land Trust. He is in favor of Prop 5, and he believes the funding for affordable housing is needed to combat homelessness.
Majority of people in San Jose, they understand we have just a crushing housing crisis here. People can't afford to live here. People are leaving the state, and they want something done about it.
Shane Patrick Connolly, a chairman for the Santa Clara County Republican Party, understands the need to find a solution to the housing crisis, but does not think it should be at the taxpayer's expense.
The government, which created the problem, then says to the taxpayer, hey, you guys need to fix the problem that we created by building the government building, quote, affordable, unquote, housing.
If you're looking to vote, it actually can be super convenient for students. I'm not even off campus. I'm here on San Fernando and 7th Street, and there's an official ballot drop box waiting for you to cast your vote. In San Jose, this is Madison Wilbur, Update News.
We have more for you when we come back.
A club at SJSU is providing students a more hands-on experience. More on that coming up.
As October comes to a close, there's more than just Halloween events going on. Stay tuned to find out more.
Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Stay tuned for my 7-day forecast and I'll let you know.
SJSU clubs can be a great tool for furthering a student's academic career. Reporter Sean Robertson takes a look at daunting yet welcoming club on SJSU's campus, Spartan Racing.
When you think of extracurriculars on campus, you might think of athletics or Greek life, but have you ever considered building a formula car?
At Spartan Racing, you can do just that. The club designs all aspects of the car and in the spring will compete against other schools. The competitions are judged by industry professionals.
There are stories about people being offered jobs on the spot.
San Jose State placed 5th out of 78 schools in spring 2024.
One of the alumni's parents said, "We're the scrappy upstarts," and I said, "Not anymore. We're in the big leagues."
The club invited me to attend their testing day at Crow's Landing. The team drove last year's cars to see what improvements can be made. Even the smallest change requires multiple sub-teams working together.
Like electronics and powertrain, they can do all of their stuff, and then suspension can like calibrate the sensors and fix the sensors.
All this complexity makes for a unique learning experience.
A lot of these lessons I learned about marketing and fundraising and budgeting have kind of all coalesced into a series of abilities that let me kind of navigate the small business world.
No matter your interest, skill, or major, you can apply to join one of the many sub-teams.
And he said, come by the shop tonight at 7 and we'll be working on it. And so I literally just showed up at 7.
If you're interested in joining or learning more, visit sjsuformulasae.com. For Update News, Sean Robertson.
I went to Plaza de Cesar Chavez in downtown San Jose for a celebration of Dia de los Muertos. The event consisted of dancers, art, music, and vendors. Let's explore more on its history and experience that makes it special in the community.
Dia de los Muertos has been celebrated for 3,000 years. It originates from indigenous civilizations such as the Aztecs and the Olmecs. The celebration combines European and indigenous civilization traditions because of the Spanish conquest in Mexico. All Souls Day honors those who have passed, and All Saints Day pays respect to those who had lived holy lives. November 1st celebrates children's passings, and November 2nd represents the Day of the Dead.
We now celebrate it right today in various ways. But the significance is really to like honor our ancestors, honor people who have passed on in our lives.
Dia de San Jose is a festival that incorporates culture while also celebrates Dia de los Muertos. There was different dances like ballet folklorico and some to honor and showcase indigenous roots.
You know, we're here to share what we have learned because we don't want this to die. So for all my gente that is watching this video, know that we're here for you.
Ofrendas were showcased in lowriders with photographs of loved ones, leaving offerings such as favorite dishes, drinks, and marigolds that help guide the souls according to the holiday lore. There were multiple art and cultural aspects being showcased that impressed multiple attendees.
Everyone should come out and experience this event because it is something that brings beauty and shares the culture in San Jose.
Feel free to start decorating a week early and celebrate with family, friends, and pets that we have lost. Look out for more events and learn more about this celebration.
An event that celebrates the rich diversity of San Jose State's campus community occurred on Tuesday. Students came together to showcase their heritage through food and information about their clubs. Reporter Mohammed Najimi attended the event and has more on the story.
Thank you, Vincent. I'm here at the Student Union Ballroom where the Multicultural Fall Welcome event is currently taking place. It's an event where students can connect with other cultures, explore student organizations, and celebrate diversity within SJSU. Let's go see what's going on.
SJSU celebrates diversity, and this event was one example of that. Clarissa Columbus is the Assistant Director for Student Organizations at SJSU. She says space within SJSU is scarce to find for groups to come together and build the community they want.
Just from my own experience, I did not really see anyone that looked like me when I was a student, and so that's kind of what inspired me to get into this work as well.
While SJSU has made progress in diversity, one table attendant at the event believes there's still work to be done for greater inclusivity.
It's been very discriminatory and exclusionary towards students of color specifically, and so being able to collaborate with other students who look like you or have the same experience as you is really helpful.
The event brought out 19 different cultural tables ranging from the Nigerian Student Association to the Asian American Studies.
We created this space so that students can find clubs and resources on campus that speak to their own identities, but then also explore what's out there for other communities as well.
It's the first time this event has happened, but student involvement and the Mosaic Cultural Center are making plans for this to become a semesterly event. At SJSU, Mohammed Najimi, Update News.
Temperatures seem to have finally gone down lately. What do you think, Michelle?
I agree, Vincent. Let's go on over to reporter Isabel Alvarez for this week's weather forecast.
This is Isabella Alvarez, and this is your 7-day forecast. We're going to see some warm to midweek, mostly sunny skies, cooler late week turning cloudy, and rain chances, especially in the North Bay. After a week of high fire danger, make sure to pull out some cozy sweaters from your closet because we're finally going to see some cooling conditions ahead with the chance for some rain possibly later in the week. After a relatively warm start, we'll start to see clouds coming in and some cooling temps as we approach the weekend. The forecast shows an increasing amount of clouds and a chance of rain showers later in the week, although top rain totals likely stay to our north. Rain estimates for now look light to moderate with breezy conditions at times as well, so you don't need to pull out your umbrellas yet. San Jose and Oakland seem to have the most potential rain with 0.16 of an inch. The 7-day forecast ahead shows for Santa Cruz cloudy skies throughout the week. We're going to see starting at 73 and 75 on Wednesday, and it drops back down to 70 on Sunday and 69 on Monday. In Oakland, we're going to see it starting at 75 and picking up on Wednesday and Thursday around 83 and 80 and dropping back down to the mid-70s at the end of the week. In San Francisco, it's going to be starting pretty low at 70 on Tuesday and picking back up to the midweek on Thursday. You're going to see it at 77 and dropping back down to low 70s at the end of the week. In San Jose, you're going to see it starting at a high 70 and pick up on Wednesday and Thursday at 86 and dropping back down by the end of the week at 80 or 78. This is Isabel Alvarez. Back to the desk.
We'll have more for you when we return. A showcase was held this past week for students to present some of their best work. More on that coming up.
This local Baptist church was saved from being victim of a new development project. Stay tuned to find out more.
It's not a secret that gas in California is expensive. Find out how students are budgeting their money to keep their car and themselves moving forward.
The College of Social Sciences at San Jose State University held a research showcase to raise awareness of people's work. What is it all about? Reporter Larry Larkin has the story.
Tuesday at the Martin Luther King Jr. Library, the College of Social Sciences at San Jose State University held a research showcase. It is an event that is held once every semester. At the showcase, students displayed posters about themes related to the theme of the event.
I work as a biologist. I joined this program because I'm interested in this topic.
The showcase also included a panel of professors and community leader Jason Su talking about environmental and urban issues.
What's really exciting about this event is just knowing the direction of scholarly work of these kind of urban issues that we're constantly talking about.
So why does the College of Social Sciences hold this event every semester? It's to showcase the work of faculty and staff about the future of environmental and urban resilience. Each semester, the College of Social Sciences picks a different theme. What is the goal of this once-a-semester event?
The broader purpose of this event is to raise awareness of the work that's happening in the College of Social Sciences in our specific programs.
The theme for this semester's event was the future of environmental and urban resilience. Anne-Marie Todd told me that the College of Social Sciences wants to inspire students to enroll in its programs and contribute to research. At San Jose State, Larry Larkin, Update News.
Grace Baptist Church on East San Fernando Street has reportedly been saved from a development project. Many aspects help the church to remain as a significant religious beacon of San Jose. Reporter Angela Nguyen went to find out more.
San Jose City Council announced the Grace Baptist Church is here to stay. The church has become a historic landmark on September 24th. Participants who helped save the church are relieved to hear about the news. Avid churchgoer Frank Casey has been coming to Grace Baptist Church for over 50 years. When he first heard of the demolition plan, he was shattered.
It's very beautiful, and now they want to tear down the gym and build a senior home.
Casey was fearful of housing plans for the church. He believes that the demolition would have meant taking away the wonderful staff and amenities. The church staff are volunteers who have been associated with it for decades.
I spend the majority of my time here. And people said, I thought you retired. And of course we retire, and I wouldn't do it if it didn't mean something to me.
Hope believes in the church's ability to provide refuge for those in need with its diverse congregation. The Preservation Council Act helped push for the historical analysis.
PAC's work is not done just because we get something landmarked. We feel our work is to continue to excite the community about what could happen here.
Sodergren emphasized PAC's mission to save structures for its current purpose. This congregation believes the best fulfillment is to serve as a church. Standing tall and embodying Goth and Art Deco design, Grace Baptist Church continues to give back to its community as much as it can. San Jose, Angela Nguyen, Update News.
Now let's take a look at what sort of events we got coming up with my segment, Vincent's Weekend Roundup.
Hello and welcome to Vincent's Weekend Roundup. Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party is coming to the SAP Center in San Jose. Dates are ranging from October 24th through October 27th. It will consist of skating, acrobats, and stunts. Fan favorites from Coco, Moana, and more are reported to make appearances. For adult audiences, the San Jose Halloween Bar Crawl will be on October 26th. The event will stretch to over 4 venues. Check your ticket to see which venue you will start at 4 p.m. Included are holiday-themed drinks, live music, bands, and DJs. Wearing a costume is encouraged, but to attend the bar crawl, purchase of a ticket is required. Also on the 26th, Gurdas Mann will be stopping in San Jose for his USA tour. It will be his first tour in the States in 6 years. Mann is internationally known for his lyrics and stage presence. It will take place at the San Jose Center for Performing Arts. That's all this week for Vincent's Weekend Roundup.
Students across campus shared how gas prices are emptying their wallets. Let's hear how they are trying to keep their tanks and banks accounts full in this week's State of the Spartans.
Get gas at least
once a week, if not more. And that does affect how often I actually show up to school. I have most of my classes in person, and there have been times, I'll admit, where I actually don't go to school because it's just like too much to think about gas and parking. So I will miss classes due to that.
Every time I see a price go up, I'm like, oh my god. Because that's out of my wallet, and like I always just keep like 100 on me every time. Like I keep 100 in my card, like just for stuff. And then every time I have to go to gas, I just see all of that disappear.
I try not to, step on the gas pedal too much because I have an older car, so depending on how economically I drive, it does change the miles per gallon by a lot.
Like I just got a Costco membership, so I really try to get gas there since they do take a bit off.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
For all of us here, thank you for joining us, and see you next week. And be sure to follow us at our socials at SJSU Update News.